Hello, I'm Speaker Man. Today I'd like to post a video. Yes, I'm finally a DJ. I can finally call myself a DJ. I did my first ever event yesterday in Bardenville for the carnival and it was epic. Had a really good day, loads of kids was there, they were running around having fun. The bubble machine was out, the smoke machine was out, the 64 powers were out. It was great, but the amp blew. And the reason being is because it was raining and my mum wanted to cover the amp up, so she put a DJ Sam sign across there and it got too hot and it popped all of my fuses. So do not cover the fan up. That is one thing my mum has now learnt her lesson. Don't cover the fan, whatever you do, whatever environment, and always make sure that your DJ equipment is in the actual marquee tent and not slightly sticking out. Okay, so I actually got paid for this and I was so I wasn't expecting it. I got 20 quid plus they bought me 2 bottles of small bubble fluid. These are £10 each. That's about a fiver, so it was like 45 quid for me just sitting on my arse and playing music for the kids. That's 45 quid. That's not bad going, and you know, it was great. I had a great day. But something I want to mention, these were the speakers I used. Now, I can't stress how good these are and how cheap they were. I got mine for a pair, right, as a pair, £50 for 2. So, you've got a slightly larger tweeter. The reason being is because that's slightly larger, that's slightly smaller. The QTX logo is pointing up, the QTX logo on that one's pointing that way. So they're not the exact same, but they've got the same driver in them. And I think that's why he sold them cheap, 50 quid. But usually you can get them around 30 to 60 quid. But the funny thing is, they're 200. I've seen some of these that look exactly the same, but they're 200 watts instead of 150 watt. But honestly, I highly recommend you buy these as a starting point because they're brilliant. And there was a couple, an oldest couple, that was across the field and said, "Hey, you did really good today. I really enjoyed the music, but we're getting a little bit too old. Could you just, we could have done with turning it down a little bit." And I thought, fuck yes, because that's something I always got a little bit nervous about not being loud enough. But I also used my other QTX speakers, which are put in these old H&V cabinets, which a lot of you might hate me for this, because these are original and they're ultra rare speakers, and I just kind of one of them was already had the cloth ripped, so I could have restored it back to its original thing and fixed the speakers, because the original one's separated from the spider and because of the damage and that. So I am kicking myself for doing it, but they sound great on the floor, so they added the floor sound. But all in all, I had a fun day. So yeah, before I end this video, I also want to mention those were the PAR 64s I used. Those are 650 watt. And that's why a lot of people were saying it burns. It does. The stage lights, they're not meant to be for DJing those. Well, could do if you're doing like a massive big stage, like a massive one. But that's that. Anyways, we've got a amplifier here as well, which was given, actually it's a mixer that was given to me for free off a good friend, but this mixer no longer exists. You can't buy the power supply. If you wanted to buy this unit, you have to buy it used, and it's 160 quid. And I know you're thinking, oh, let's buy a plug for it, but you can't. And the plug on the end of that is really awkward. So I'm thinking, I undo this, I take it apart, I put in, so let's just see, right, how thick are these cables? So I'm thinking, not that laptop cable though, but I'm thinking of chopping a IC, splitting the wires and wiring it through there and putting the right amperage fuse in it. Boom. Would that work? Or would that just complicate things? I don't know. You just can't get them. It's called an RS. It's an RS 802. There's another version, I think it's the RS06 or something, I can't remember, 602 or something like that. And they are still available to buy, and the plugs are available to buy, but it's not the same plug. It's a different outlet, and it won't work. So that's what it's called. So if anyone knows where I can buy a cable, or knows where I can get that done, because I thought, well, you know, you just undo it, you just get a soldering iron, solder the two wires in, whack in a fuse, and boom, you're there. So anyways, before we officially wrap this up, I also want to mention that we've got some exciting content. Well, to me it is, and to anyone who likes old Par 56s, but I've just bought some Par 56s, and I've also got some new bulbs coming in the post. How exciting. So we can try these out properly, and we can set them onto a T-bar, and we can have a little muck around, and have a little play around, see what we can do with them. Also, this origami thing was an absolute pain in the ass. Let me start with this before we officially wrap it up. Okay, so this is the origami that I used as well, and I used it because I got there at 10 and it wasn't meant to start at 2, so I had a lot of time to sort of set things up and to have a little practice. So I was playing with this origami thing, and it was a pain in the ass. Like, it left me hanging. Like, you couldn't just put a CD in and then instantly press play. It took ages for it to load a CD, and then when you eventually pressed it, it didn't come on, so it left me hanging. So if you're using an origami, anything that's like, this is like 9 years old, it just doesn't work properly. I had trouble trying to get it to start straight away. So yeah, it'll leave you hanging. Let's just don't. Unless you can like play it and then stop, it's just meh. So that was being a bit of an arse. So I didn't really use it when I actually started DJing, but I did use it before it all started to practice. But it is good as a starting point, but if you're DJing with it, I don't recommend it because it doesn't like instantly come on. So yeah, so that's it for today. I will post more exciting content. I will replace the probably do that in a video where I replace the fuses, and we'll set up the speakers, and we'll do basic setups and that. Also, when I was playing it, the amp, I think it's on the same one now, yeah, it was only at like that sort of 10 past, and on the mixer, which I've got this mixer as well, I keep saying I'll end it, on the mixer it was like sort of volume was sort of there, it wasn't too loud, but according to the others it were, and they had a really really good time. I also used my laptop, which is quite old now, and my Decadence bubble machine, smoke machine. So yeah, we all had a bit of fun, and it was a good event. So honestly, stick around. Stick around for more exciting content, because honestly there will be, and honestly I will honestly make videos in here, and we'll just do some fun things of like how to set up T-bar up properly, and maybe just daft little things like that. Also used a couple of old Now CDs. But anyways, I'll officially wrap this video. Hope you like this video. Cheers for watching. Bye bye.